boy. Okay, in this review, we're taking a look at something really cool, but something that's also not even mine. This is borrowed from a buddy of mine. It is the Batman animated series, special edition Batman with crazy, crazy amount of accessories. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, here we go. The Expression Pack. Yeah, Batman the Expression Pack. That's it. So really cool. This was purchased from AmiAmi.com for about $50 or $60. That's including shipping, and it is from the Batman animated series. Yeah, really popular series, and if you don't know about it, then yeah, you're just not cool. But anyways, really awesome looking Batman. Here we have Batman right there. Bunch of faces, all his little gadgets, if you can kind of see. Let's see. On the back, nothing but just Batman looking ever so Batman-y. Actually, you can see a little Japanese tag right there. Yeah. So nothing too crazy on the package. It's about everything that's inside. So let's take a look. So here he is, Batman, out of the package, and it's a little weird. There's something going on with his legs to where he doesn't want to stand upright. He's kind of slanted. Oh, maybe that was the problem. There he is. So yeah, Batman standing up, looking nice. The paint job's actually really good on it. Yeah, not too many problems. The cape is actually some plasticky kind of fabric, so that's cool. This is a reissue, I believe, of a figure that already came out for the animated series, but I think it was a different cape. I don't think it was a fabric one. But anyways, just in case you didn't know, this does come with a figure stand, so let me get that real quick. Well, here's the figure stand, and I'm actually a little disappointed. Figure stands for this toy series I've seen in the past have some sort of white paint job done to it, and then it shows some illustrations of the characters that they belong to, and this one's just clear and not very entertaining at all. It could be a figure stand for anything and not for this special expression pack for the Batman. But yeah, I'm not impressed at all, and in fact it's a little difficult to get the figure onto the stand without having the cape be all up in in the air like that. So I think we're just going to try and do our best of looking at this figure without the display base. And yeah, so that sucks. He does come with a few extra capes. Let's go ahead and start off the accessories, I guess. Comes with two rubber kind of feeling capes. Yeah, some plastic right here, kind of rubbery. But I think this is the cape that he naturally comes with. So replacing the capes, I think, is pretty easy. You gotta pop off the head, and let me do it off camera. Whoa, popped off pretty easily. So there's the head, simple ball joint, nothing too complicated. And then we go ahead and, yep, pop it right off. Pop this one on. Then let me go off camera again. Make sure that this ball joint gets on there. Nice. Yeah, that was actually pretty easy. So yeah, if the fabric-y looking cape doesn't, doesn't suit you. Oh, why does it look yellow on screen? Yeah, you can switch it out. And then they have the other one here. I guess this is like more of like when he's running or something like that. The cape's kind of like wafting in the wind. Or if you can get the display base to work for you, whoa, you can have him jumping in midair and so on. Yeah, sorry I'm doing a lot of this off screen. Hold on a second. Whoops, I hit the camera. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, look at that. Just kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to go like that or what. It doesn't look right. Not to me anyways, but maybe I'm just putting it on wrong. I've never had one of these figures before. So yeah, I don't know exactly. From what I remember looking at the promo pictures, the cape was, there's supposed to be like a third or fourth cape. It was supposed to be all spread out, and this was mostly what the display base was going to be used for. Was like the Batman was, jumping or leaping down and spreading out its cowl his cowl, excuse me. But we don't have that with this, so really weird. Anyways, that's the capes. Oof, let's go ahead and take a look at the other accessories and then move on from there. Oh, does not want to stand up. Okay, so this figure's like main claim to fame are the expression faces or the different heads that come with it. We get a nice little Bruce Wayne looking sculpt, which actually, you know what, he doesn't really look too much like Bruce Wayne. I don't know, I think it's because there's no white in the eyes, it's just black dots. So it's kind of, yeah, doesn't very much look like the animated series Bruce Wayne. Whoops. We get a beaten and bloody kind of face looking Batman. Pretty cool. I like that one, like he just got into a big fight. We have a shocked looking Batman. There you go, right there. We have, what is this? More of a, it's like a mean kind of stern Batman, like And then we get a talking Batman. Looks like he's just talking right there. And then last but not least, a more meaner looking Batman, like he's scowling at somebody. So yeah, kind of looks like, oops, a little lower. Kind of looks like the same head as this one right here. But yeah. So that's it for the heads. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different heads to choose from. Have fun with that. Let's go ahead and move on to the hand accessories. Now, like the figure that was released with this mold and sculpt and everything, before it does come with a few hands to swap, and they are as follow. You get 2 of these, I'm assuming these are like Batarang holding fists or hands or whatever. You get a left and right. You also get a, looks like these hands are used for holding, I would think it's the grapple gun. Yeah, so you get a left and right for that. And then you get an already sculpted in hand holding the grapple gun, like so. And so, yeah, like that's it. You get 2 extra pairs of hands with 1 extra right hand with the grapple gun already attached. And then we move on to the accessories, and that's where it's a little weird. Now he comes with the standard stuff. Let's go ahead and move, and it's quite a bit actually. I'm really happy about all the accessories he gets. He gets a nice little camera for taking photos. I remember this is a camera because there's an episode that I saw where he used it. So yeah, he gets a camera. He of course has his grapple gun, and they're all this kind of same, you know, shade of gray color that they have. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I wish they were kind of different colors, but whatever. It's fine. He also gets an inoculation gun. This is, you know, we've seen this before. If you haven't, then whatever. But to fight off poison. Also, we have this little gas gun right here. Get some nice little rubbery kind of gas mask and visor for seeing infrared. Really cool. And then he also gets a, can I pick it up? A Batarang. So that's all the common items. Let's look at some of the weirder stuff he has with him. Okay, so there's like 2 items that, you know, I don't really think he needs, but they decided to add them anyways. Now one of them is a baseball bat. I don't know why this is here, but I'm pretty sure there was an episode that maybe Batman held a baseball bat. Maybe he played baseball with, I don't know, Joker or whoever the fuck. But he does come with a baseball bat. He also comes with this blade, like a Batman utility knife, I believe. I think I've seen him use this to cut, you know, rope or something like that. Cut a wire, you know, deactivate bombs or something like that. But it's just a little weird seeing actual weapons inside Batman accessories, you know. Just kind of weird. But yeah, that's it for accessories. Now I guess I can show you the articulation on this guy and maybe swap out some of the hands. But I gotta say it right now, this figure's really stiff. And in fact, let me pan up a little bit. Yeah, he's really stiff. So I'm kind of terrified to try and attempt some hand swapping because this isn't my figure. It's my buddy's figure, and he still kind of seems a little, you know, yeah. Kind of slanted a little bit. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with this sculpt. I'm not a fan. But let's go ahead and try and swap out some hands, put on some accessories, and see how this figure looks. So the figure allows me to swap out hands relatively easily. And yeah, they just pop out. You just gotta kind of twist and pull a little bit. Make sure that they're not stuck or anything like that. But there's the grapple gun hand, and then let's get a batarang hand on the other side. I'll have him put a batarang in his hand, like so. Now I remember in the past with these figures that the hands were actually really fragile and they could break really easily. So I'm glad that they fixed that issue. So yeah, it's actually nice looking Batman. Let's put the gas mask on him too. I wonder how he looks. My buddy was a little afraid that the this little rubber would actually break, and it looks like it might. In fact, I was putting it on backwards, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna have to take this off screen and put the mask on, but it looks like it's not gonna go over the head. It might be that I have to take the head off and then put the mask on. So let's give that a try. Okay, so I went ahead and put the mask on, and I swapped out the head for the kind of angry, scowling look. And yeah, I mean, it's just really kind of difficult to put the mask on. It's this kind of thin little strip of rubber that you're afraid you might break, and so I can see why my buddy was very hesitant to let me use the figure to review, because he knew I'd try and put everything on, use everything, and see how it looked. So he did warn me ahead of time, hey, it might break. Please be careful, which I'm always very careful with figures. But one disappointment I see already is that the batarang holding hand, there's no real hole to put it in. It's just like an open space, and yeah, oh, what's a stay? Of course it works on camera, because then everything I would say would be a lie. So yeah, can stay in there, I guess, but yeah, damn. Bastard's really staying in there. Okay, well, I guess that's a positive right there. Batarang stays in the hand. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, awesome. Let's do some more head swaps and see how this Batman looks with them. I went ahead and put the Bruce Wayne head on him, and yeah, the neck just seems too damn long and the head too small. But I did put on the gun holding hand, and yeah, it just fits in there awkwardly. I'm starting to see some very big negatives. And putting the head on is kind of a chore, especially with this cowl in the way. Oh man. Yeah, so not cool at all. This sculpt is really bad for Bruce Wayne. Okay, and here he is with the visor on and the bloodied and beaten Batman face. Man, you know, this figure kind of started on a high, and now it's just kind of going down fast. And yeah, I'm just not into it. In fact, I think I skipped going into articulation just so I would go into accessories. So yeah, now that I'm doing it, it's just like, wow, it's kind of sad. So yeah, let me move into articulation, and then we'll go into final thoughts. But so far, not so good for this Batman figure. Okay, so articulation is pretty basic, just like any DC figure you see nowadays. I'm going to be kind of really gentle with the arms, maybe the legs, a few places, just because this figure is still really stiff and it's not mine, and I don't want to have to pay for a new one. So starting with the head, you get a full 360 rotation, like so. It is connected to a ball joint, so can do a little bit of a pointing outward with the chin and everything. Not too bad there. Let's see, moving on to the arms, you do get full 360 rotation. Ooh. But if you do have like one of those other capes on, it might get in the way and might be a little difficult. You get some rotation in the wrist as well, but I don't want to try and force it. And you do get a nice little bend as well. Oh, only about that much, so not too good. You do get to lift the arm up about yay high. That's about it. You can see it's a simple hinge right there. And then at the torso, yeah, okay, cool. It does swivel, does rotate about that much, full 360. And then we see the lower torso here. Legs do kick up about that high. Let's move the Batman's arm. And then we do get a bend in the knee, and then opening up the leg a little bit, we do get a bend at the thigh. Oof, looks very bad. I don't like these kind of joints. Joints like that, then I don't like. Ankle, you do get some pivot action, and then you can point down with the toes about that much, and then point upward. And as you've already seen, you can move the hands full 360 like so, and they are on a hinge, so you can kind of bend them a little bit like that. So pretty basic articulation, not too bad at all, but just I don't know, kind of wish there was some articulation in the mid torso maybe, but yeah, it's basic articulation for a DC figure. So that's it for the DC Collectible Batman, the animated series. What is it? Deluxe Expression Pack? Yeah. I originally was going to purchase this figure, but just in the end, I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. The figure's not really... It's cool. It's really, really cool. It's a nice figure, but it just doesn't mesh with me too well. I was really hoping for some different articulation, especially in the lower torso area, and overall the figure still feels really stiff no matter what. No matter how much you move it around, no matter how much you play with it or whatever, it feels like it's always going to be stiff and always going to be breakable. Now, I have seen other reviews on this figure line, and I do know that in the beginning production runs of this figure, parts were very, very breaky, and then they later on fixed that. That being said, it still feels like something can break really easily, especially when I'm swapping out parts, and that's pretty shitty. I hate when I get a figure and that's how it feels like, because, you know, I like to look at my figures, I like to pose them, I like to play with them sometimes, and it just doesn't work out. That being said, you do get a lot of accessories. A lot of these facial expressions are really cool. Some of them are a little weird, and some of them aren't really too, I don't know, they don't look like they're supposed to, but they're still really cool. You do get a number of great weapons or items to pose the figure with. I don't know when the hell he would have a baseball bat. That's really weird. And you do get a nice, I guess nice, figure stand to display them on. And for the most part, it can work. You just gotta figure out exactly what poses you can and cannot do. That being said, this figure was around 40, I think 45, maybe $50. I did get it from like a foreign country, so that was going to add to it. So maybe at the store this would be a good solid 40. I'm not sure. But that being said, for the price point, I think it's just a little too high. $40 to $45 is just not my cup of tea there. I'm more along the lines see this figure at maybe 30, 35, so $10 less than what it really should be at the store. It's a cool figure. If you're a fan of the animated series, definitely get this, because it does basically look like the animated series Batman, and that's pretty cool. But if you're not a fan of like good, or of I don't want to say bad, but mediocre articulation, and you don't want to, you know, be afraid of touching your figure and stuff like that, then I wouldn't bother. It's a cool figure. It's just, it doesn't make me want to buy more from the toy line. So yeah, that's pretty sad, because they have like, what is it? This pamphlet that it came with. Let me see if I can show this to you. Shows the next couple of figures it's going to be coming out with, like the Batwing, and I think the Joker holiday special Joker came out already. I saw this one at the store, the Batman Beyond little 3-pack they have, so that was cool. And then they have a version 2 Riddler and Catwoman. So there's a lot of great figures you can get from this line. Don't let my whole experience with the figure make you not want to buy it. You know, judge for yourself. For me, it just wasn't a fit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thanks to my buddy for letting me borrow this. Really appreciate it. I promise to get it back to you all in one piece, and for the most part I did. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and catch you later. Bye.